All right. Hope everybody's doing all right.
Welcome back.
Just bear with us a little bit here. We're gonna test audio levels. Since I am not restreaming this, I am streaming this. So just let me know, Adrian.
All right. Let's hear these audio levels. Hope everybody's enjoying the marathon. After starting off with a few Genesis games, we're getting something a little different with some Game Gear. I think I might be a little loud, but that could just be me.
I can turn it down. All right.
I don't want to be overcoming your feed. Great. Thank you, Eludra, for the comments on my voice.
All right.
I think we're good. Sounds good to me.
Cool. Let's do this. I'm not gonna count myself down because that'd be weird. Although, all right, 1 second.
I could count you down. That would be also weird. But...
I think we're good. I'm gonna start right now.
Good luck.
Thanks. All right, everybody. So if you're not familiar with Ristar, it's a pretty awesome little platformer. This is not actually a port. You'll notice some pretty big differences if you've played the Genesis version. A lot of them being like some Mario type Sonic editions. Like those stars are collectibles. If you get 100 of them, you get a new life. And a few other things that I'll go over.
He's specifically playing the Japanese version of the Game Gear.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say because for whatever reason, one of the levels is dummied out in the Western release. But it's still on the ROM, if I recall.
It is, which is really weird. I don't know why they took it out. But yeah, this if you're not familiar with this. Oh, I actually got that. Okay, good. You basically have two controls, which is jump and grab. And you defeat your enemies by slamming your head into them. And that's awesome. And these star poles, they make you move faster. Once you go about 6 revolutions, you go into what's called star mode, where you can control your movement for about 3 seconds. It differs a little bit from the Genesis version. It's a lot more controllable, but it's can't be extended by bumping on walls and stuff.
Would you say that the Game Gear version is harder to run, or is it just different to run?
I mean, I'd say it's harder, but that's only because I haven't been playing it for like 3 years. There are certain things that are difficult. It's kind of a mixed bag. A lot of the bosses are a lot more abusable in this game. You can pretty much all the bosses have like a stun that they get in when you attack them, and you can just repeatedly kill them. This is actually more similar to the most similar boss to the Genesis version, in that there is kind of a quick kill like that. But most of the bosses in the Genesis version, you have to wait and let them do their thing. So here's the level that's not in the American version. It's a cloud level with a lot of moving platforms. And I'm going to be taking it a little bit safe, Because if you die, you start over at the beginning of the level. It's a pretty long level.
Maybe they thought the West couldn't handle rainbows or something, like Liz is saying.
Maybe it is the rainbows. It's hard to tell. Maybe it's the clouds are shaped like butts. You know, who knows? But there also, the bonus levels work differently in this game. You, in the Genesis version, there are like separate star poles that you grab onto to go into a bonus level. In this game, there are planet pickups that are hidden in treasures. There's one per world, I believe. And, oh, I gotta be careful here. Oh, I didn't pick up health. Okay, hold on a second. I think there's health here? Yeah. Yeah, so once you pick up that planet, it automatically takes you to a bonus level after you beat a boss in the level. And the bonus stages are quite difficult. In the sense, like, if you were to want to speedrun them. Because the way that they work is they have a bunch of these star collectibles. Sometimes, like, 75 of them. And it grades you based on what percentage you get, and there's a lot of places to fall out of the level. It's really difficult to get all of them. I haven't like successfully done it. I've only tried a few times, but if you would like to have an uncontested world record, that's there for the taking.
I imagine there isn't as much competition compared to, say, the Genesis version?
No, definitely not. I have the world record in both versions, but most people haven't been working on it. It's ramped up here lately, thanks to Liz spreading awareness.
Shoutouts to Liz.
Yeah, shoutouts to Liz. So there have been some runs submitted recently. So it's picking up.
That's good.
Okay. There's a lot more swinging on things in this version, which is actually contributes to the speedrun a lot better than the Genesis version. Normally, when you swing off of things in the Genesis version, well, you actually just can't. You slam into what you're swinging off of, so you can't just like swing off of things. This boss, the intended strat is to oh, that's not good. Basically that bat covers the light and this guy goes to sleep, and you can't hurt him while he's in that mode, but if you do a good enough grab on the bat at the start, you can skip that phase. Normally what's supposed to happen is he does a little suck-in phase and you're supposed to throw a pillow in his mouth. Well, I mean, that speeds it up. It lends itself to speedrunning quite a bit. There are a lot of ways to speed that fight up. I like it quite a bit. This level was my favorite level in the Genesis version. It is, however, my least favorite in this version. It's just entirely way too long and just not nearly as fun. But it's still good. You guys calm down and chat over there. So this is, if you're not familiar with Ristar, oh, did I get it? Oh, that's weird. Basically, this level is a series of escorting this metronome around. I'm just gonna wait for this cycle because I can't do this apparently. I did get the metronome on there. I just couldn't get up there myself.
The metronome can go on without you, I guess.
If it could, it would, but it can only sit on the platform. So basically you're escorting the metronome to these birds, which will let you pass. Otherwise you can't pass those little flutes. Because they need to keep their time, I guess. Yeah, the grabs in this game compared to the Genesis version are much more difficult and precise. I'm not exactly sure what causes that, but I think there's health up here. Or not. Well, that could be bad. There's normally a blue dude down there. Okay. I'm just gonna take this very slowly.
Overall, how would you say this stacks up, just casually, to the Genesis version? Is it a worthy?
Nowhere near as good casually.
Okay.
There's a lot of there's some interesting things, mostly that contribute to speedrunning that I like. But casually, it's pretty difficult. Honestly, it's way more difficult than the Genesis version, I think. There's also a lot of slowdown. Let's see if I can get this quick kill here. Okay, I did. Cool. If you don't get that in time, I think I was like one head drop away from missing it, or you have to wait like 30 seconds for it to do like a little interlude. But we got it. We got it. There's some interesting strats with the swinging. Like I could have gotten over that little platform. It's pretty difficult to do. I don't get it all the time. And if you grab these guys fast enough, they won't drop their little, I don't know, little bird friends that are really rude. Alright, and so that's another change that's pretty interesting. You get invincibility and speed up from those red stars. And it's pretty fun.
Sort of goes back to what you were mentioning earlier. It's a more Mario-esque element.
Yeah, but we're gonna stick with Sonic because Mario's Nintendo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misspoke.
It's a common error. Common error. But it is actually more like Mario, since in Sonic you don't get speed up, at least in most of them, I think, from the invincibility. Wow. So as you can see, like, that boss is kind of a pushover. That's also a nice, like, cathartic thing. Like, running the Genesis version, you have to let the bosses do a lot of rude stuff before you can kill them. In this version, you get to take it out on them. They're just your little punching bags, which is kind of nice. Except for the boss rush at the end, which is probably my least favorite thing about the game. The way greedy works is pretty annoying for speedrunning. Even for casually, honestly, it's pretty annoying, but we'll get there, and I'll explain. So this one, so right now I have a bomb attached to me, and with a little countdown. It's pretty dramatic, but it took me quite a while to figure this out. But first of all, they're water dissolvable for whatever reason, which is great. But if you let the timer tick down all the way, it only does 1 damage to you. It's really weird. You don't want to hit these fish. Oh no. I don't think I got it. Yeah. You can skip over that column there if you get a good enough spin off the star pole, but it's not a big deal.
That is an interesting just choice to make, though, because it wasn't in the Genesis version. Just you have a bomb strapped to you.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's just feels a little weird for this sort of game.
Yeah, it's very weird. But yeah, so as you can see, there is no like skybox, which lends itself to it being a pretty fun speed game. Just going outside of the stage just feels disrespectful. I like it. And this is actually the only implementation that I know of, like practical implementation of the spin attack on ladders that you can do. In the Genesis version, it actually exists, but there's no way to use it. So there are these little wizards that can turn all of the star power-ups or star collectibles into blue orblets, which is really, really rude. Oh, didn't get that. You can skip this cycle here if you do good enough grabs on that signpost. Not a big deal. Alright, so like there's a little bit of a sound glitch. I have the bomb, but I don't get the dramatic music because I was in the star mode for invincibility. Little bits and pieces of speed tech here. You want to face towards those little gaps. Otherwise, when you the knockback from your grab will push you in the hole. And that's that level.
How you learn to stop worrying and love the bomb, man.
Exactly. Alright, so this is a unique boss to this game. We got the Time Rabbit, which you can be extremely disrespectful to if you get good enough grabs on, which it looks like I did. Normally he like teleports around, freezes time and where you are at, and will like put a bunch of projectiles in the air that move different places, and you have to avoid them. But if you do that, then it's not really a boss fight. It's more like, yeah, exactly. This poor bunny. All right. Oop. There's a way to skip through multiple of these if you hit the corner just right, but I obviously did not do that.
Alright, I think I want to mention the elephant in the room. It's something that's been lingering here. Chat, how do you pronounce the title of this game?
It's clearly Ristar. No debate.
I'm part of the Ristar crowd. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I'm sure you you're revolted. I'm sure Liz right now is just angry at me for being wrong.
Liz is actually in the Ristar crowd. Alright, so now we want to power these teleporters with these little crystals. You don't want to hit this bunny. He is invincible, despite his innocent appearances. If you hit him, his skin comes off and he's just like magma. I guess it's a robot. I don't know. It's very complicated.
Ristar is your jam. More power to that.
I am going to probably have to take a death in this room, but that's fine. There's like no way. This is like the worst room in the game. Oh, actually, I might be able to squeeze it through here. Just gotta be patient. Yellow Sanic. Now, I'm not that familiar with the English language, but come on. Oh, this is... okay. Whew. I'm gonna start farming some health here. I wish I could damage boost more, but I can't. I need that health. It's actually pretty generous though, in this stage especially, since the respawn points, the checkpoints are in each room that you go in, and all the rooms are pretty small. So it's pretty generous for that. Quite a bit, Marcus. This is a completely different game. Like, there are less similarities than differences. With, like, level design. Mechanics are the same. Yeah, I know, Partle. We'll get it fixed. It's, if you just scroll down, it's there below the stream in a link for the time being. Alright, getting close to the end here of this level. It's also worth noting that those dudes that throw the spears, ooh, that's not good damage. I'm gonna be a little safe, hopefully. Or not. I am most likely gonna take a death here, because this swing is a lot more difficult than it looks. That's fine. All is fine. Don't panic.
Okay, good. I was about to panic.
No, we're not at last stage yet. We're getting close. Basically, after this screen right here is kind of a boss rush. So this is going to be the boss of this level, who has some interesting properties that I haven't quite worked out. He kind of goes invincible into like this gray frozen form, and I don't know exactly what controls it, because I know, whoops, I know I've been able to get a quick kill where he doesn't go into that mode at all. But otherwise you have to hit this little grabber on him. Alright. It's not the smoothest, but it's actually better than my PB, so I can't be mad. Yeah, it's very different. This is definitely not a port. It is, yeah. It is, Amy. So this guy's a little bit weird. You want to hit him with these little hard hats. That's the quickest way to do it. Typically you can only get 3. He needs 4 hits to be killed. But this is the normal way to kill him. You wait until he throws an orblet, grab off of it, and grab him. But that speeds it up quite a bit. Oh yeah, whoops, yeah, I did mess that up. Sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna focus now, because it's actually a lot lower health than I want to be. Because this boss is extremely long. Like, way too long. Oh yeah, damage sponges, the best. I mean, at least you get to look at that the parallax scrolling at the back.
It's pretty fancy.
And it does look pretty cool. I like it a lot.
Probably makes it lag a whole lot more, but
You know, yeah, there definitely is some lag. Oh god. It's not that bad, but it's probably not that bad because it's so uniform, so I can't tell. Don't give away the secret, Shentai. Alright, that went pretty smoothly.
very nice.
Okay, so now we get one more boss before the final boss. And this guy is much bigger than the Genesis version. He's doing some weird patterns here. He's not moving forward at all. I've never seen that before. Normally you can get some extra hits from him just moving forward like that without having to go back on the ground. Yeah, it was a little bit closer than I wanted, but we did it. Alright, this is the last boss, who is extremely obtuse in his game design. I really don't like it, compared to the Genesis version. You don't get invulnerability frames on hitting these guys for some reason. And this guy's being real rude.
Typical Greedy.
Hitting him during this flying phase is insanely hard, sometimes. Like, that was my fault, but a lot of the times his hitbox is a lot higher than you think it is. You can't grab his legs. You won't allow it. Alright, now for the fun part. We gotta wait for the black hole attack. So the black hole's a one-hit kill. If you accidentally walk into one of these orbs, it's a guaranteed death because it'll suck you up into the black orb. And you have to do this phase 4 times. And you want to be grabbing to the opposite side because that keeps you from being sucked in. Alright. All's going so well so far. Oh no. Guess I have to do another black hole phase and not blow it. All right, that's it. That's time there.
There we go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good
That was
job.
a little scarier than I thought it was going to be at the end. But yeah, that's Game Gear Ristar. I enjoy the game quite a bit for speedrunning. I don't know if I'd necessarily recommend it for casual, unless you're really into Ristar. It's got some interesting elements, but yeah, if you're looking to speedrun it, you definitely should. If you like Ristar,
Which you should.
which you absolutely should. But yeah, we're pretty open about sharing strats and everything in our Discord. Just let us know if you want to join that. But yeah, that was Ristar. Thanks for having me, everybody.
Very nice. Excellent run. And up next, we have a return of the Genesis games. We have Elemental Master by Toad 22484, followed by Dynamite Duke by Retro Omega. So, hope you're all ready for more Genesis fun.